What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Dave's Daily Dive, where I dig in to the major stock market charts of the day. Take a look at today. We're going to look at the S&P. Going to look at some Nasdaqs. I want to peep in on the VIX. I want to look at the Euro, and I'm not going to leave you hanging. I want to give you some stock ideas. So we got 5 Zacks Rank #1 strong buy stocks breaking out to new highs. That's at the end. Don't miss that. But first, the S&P. Now, I've been working off of this fib for a while. You guys can say I'm silly. I don't care. It's my fib. I draw them. I do them. June lows, August highs, saw the retracement. This has given me targets. And why do I know that this worked, or why do I think that this worked, is because of this creep up that we got when we broke out from the August highs here in September, stall out a little bit, come back down to retest this level. Okay, so that gives me a little bit of confirmation there. Now, I'm not too worried about what happened in here. We're worried about here and what's happening right now. And what's happening right now is we are coming up to the 76.4% extension. That's right around 25.55. Let's see where we traded at the highs of the day today. 25.55. So we did, in fact, hit this 76.4 extension. You could say in the short term, maybe we're due for a little pullback. I'm just really giving you targets here. So the next target would be the 100% extension. And I can add that here. It's funny how this market keeps on creeping up. I keep on having to add these price levels, add extensions. So in this case, we're going to add one more for you here. And that's at 25.75. And then, of course, you have sort of this psychological 2600 level that's lingering up there. Lingerer on the S&P 500. Now let's look at the Nasdaq composite here, the higher beta Nasdaq. Is this surprising to anybody? Again, same sort of move here, although now I'm going in the opposite. So I'm looking at this move from the July highs, the August lows, retracing back this way, and here you see 50% basically extension there. So lots of targets. That's 6,600 pretty much. We're at 65.87 on the NASDAQ composite here today. Makes some sense. Now, should this retrace, I think you're looking at the highs of early September as the target. So that would put you sort of 64.75-ish, right? On a shallow retrace, should we start to creep back a little bit more. I also said I want to check in on the VIX real briefly here, so that's what we're going to do. Take a look at my friend, the VIX. It's been muted after some really good times here in August. Now it's, you got an intraday spike. I mean, even this WW3 stuff with South Korea isn't enough. And I think now we know pretty much that all that is just rhetoric. So we've got the VIX here, 10.08 after getting above 10 yesterday, and I expect we're gonna creep on back down in the 9s again. Now I want to look at the euro versus the US dollar. So really, US dollar strength overall. I was looking at the dollar index before, but specifically here with the euro situation, you have selling off here, getting into a big fib from before, retesting these lows, creeping up a little bit on this whole Spain situation, the Catalan independence. Catalan, it's probably, I know I'm saying, obviously that's the most Chicago way you can say that, right? But I think it creeps up to this 50-day. Keep an eye on this overnight, this 118.44 level. See if there's a reversal there. I've been short this thing. It was much better last week than it has been early this week, so keep an eye on those levels. Dollar strength, I'm hoping can get back here. We can get back to business. All right, so now let's find these stocks for you. First one I'm going to look at is AMAT, Applied Materials, semiconductor business, right? They do displays. So they've been on fire. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. When semiconductors got into their little rough patch, obviously Applied Materials suffered, chopped around. Looks like we're on the other side of that now, with 48 sort of being the top end of that range. Now the stock's up at new highs, 52, over 52. I expect that to continue. If you're late in on the party, You can put your stops down here under 48 bucks. Give you a nice little risk versus reward. That's Applied Materials, AMAT. Now I got the John Blank Special, Chemours, ticker CC. This was a spinoff from DuPont. Things have been going fantastic here. Really boring stock, but this ain't boring. 15 to 55, not boring at all. But nice, slow, and steady left to right pace. This is what you want to see. And this is a Zacks Rank #1 strong buy, so you know these earnings estimates have been creeping up along with it. So a couple ways to play this. You wait till a retrace of the 50-day, but you might be waiting, a while. Stock like this, which is this nice little bottom left to top right, really what you want to do is just kind of peck on it. If it retreats a little bit, you peck on it again. Slowly invest in a nice stock like this over time. That's Chemours, ticker CC. Then you got Modline Manufacturing. These guys are out of Racine, I believe, in southeastern Wisconsin. Here's a move to MAGA trade. Yeah, for sure. So if the small caps, if we get some tax reform, and that'll continue to benefit the small caps, got us out of this little chop. You have this sort of lost period here. And now, after this consolidation, breaking out to new highs above $18. Similar way to play this here is you can add and then put your stops just kind of out south of $18, or even more conservative under that 50-day moving average all the way down at 1721. Commodity Channel Index overbought, has been overbought for a while since crossing over that zero line in mid-August, but that's still a very strong chart, and they've got earnings to back it up with a Zacks Rank #1 strong buy. That's Modline Manufacturing, ticker MOD. Then we've got Owens Corning. You may have heard of this little company out of Toledo, doing glass fiber resins and building materials and residential building materials and such. Again, anything material-wise has been doing okay. Anything domestically inclined is doing well. And you'll see these guys, anytime they go to the 50-day moving average, it seems like a buy. Last time it really hung out below that was October of 2016. Since then, it's been pretty much off to the races. Another sort of thing where, maybe you wait for it to get back to the 50-day and buy it, or, again, you could peck at it and then catch it as it comes down. Zacks Rank #1 strong buy, so lots of positive momentum behind it. The last one I got for you is Thor Industries. No, they don't make hammers, but they make RVs. And again, I suppose if the middle class in Middle America is making a few bucks, maybe there's this pent up demand for RVs and such, which we may start to see. We'll hopefully continue to see hit the market here. I got this line out here at 115. There's much more volume here down at 105. That just feels like so far away. With the 50-day at 111. This is another scenario where you may want to go ahead and you can add here, put your stops south of 115. If it starts to come close to it, you can actually add a little bit more. So do a little halvesy. A half in now. If it comes back, you can add the other half of what your position might have been. You can keep your stops down here. It'll provide a lower cost basis, but if it keeps on running, at least you'll be in the game. You'll have a little skin in the game as it's going. That's Thor Industries, ticker THOR. Now you might see the madness while I've been talking on the bottom end of the screen. It's Zacks Live Trader, which is basically just a free video series that I do here on Zacks. And you also see here we have a chat room over in Discord, so feel free to come hang out with us in the chat room. That's discord.gg, and then all these wonderful letters. So check us out there, or you can get at me on Twitter at Bartosiastics. I'm there quite often. So thanks for hanging out with me here on Dave's Daily Dives. Have a good day. We'll see you all mañana.